Kirameku Hamabe shows us how beautiful a 2D version of Houseki no Kuni could have looked like, utilizing the depth of minimalism and negative space that Ichikawa is known for. A stylistic ED that leaves the viewer in awe after each amazing episode. Not only does it give foreshadowing for certain events in the future of the anime, it also showcases the delicate relationship between Phosphophyllite and Cinnabar. Now, I just recently watched Children of the Sea, so I'm a little biased towards the parallels between the sky and sea, but Houseki no Kuni also does a great job at linking both realms into the mystery of our story. The bubbles of Mercury floating up represent not only just Cinnabar drowning in their own poison every day, which is also the cause for their isolation, instated by themselves. It's a cry for help to get taken up by the Lunarians, the ones at the top of the world. But only Phos's reflection in that peppermint hue is shown on the reflection of the moon, as Cinnabar has said before in the anime that even the enemy loves Phos, and that Phos would never understand Cinnabar's struggle. Then the moon reflection dissipates into what looks like water, hinting at the fact that it's not just the Lunarians but also the sea that loves Phos, as we know that Phos ends up getting the power to control potentially all the ventriculus in the future. After that, we get a succession of images: a ball crashing into water, a lone butterfly, the moon, liquid on flowers, rain, small Shiro, and wings. All symbols of change and progression, and also these are shown in the insides of the volume covers for the physicals of the manga. As stagnant beings that are immortal, the cause for change is beautiful to watch, and also just as painful to see how sometimes this change can be for the worse. The sea gives Phos faster legs, but they still have the same weak body everywhere else. They're just an isolated butterfly struggling to fly higher and seek the truth, but in the end, they have their wings clipped over and over again because they are blinded by that same truth. I love that in the next scenes we just see how lustrous the gems really are, as the red color seeps into Cinnabar's shoes and Phos's entire body is exposed to their peppermint light. Bort's hair is used as a partition, which makes a lot of sense because Bort and Cinnabar end up forming a really strong close friendship after the moon, while Bort and Phos form a really strong partnership before the moon. Cinnabar and Phos are tied together by the perpetual cycle of fate, as two gems who seem so far apart and not relatable to each other in the beginning. Both face the same trauma and challenges: isolation caused by their way of thinking, hatred for their body, love for sensei. The only two that get an aqueous material incorporated into their body. This amalgamation is shown in this final part of the ED, as the gold platinum alloy merges with the mercury into this silver-like mixture, a blending of metals as Cinnabar and Phos try to understand each other's pains and fulfill a lost promise, but that never comes to fruition, not in the CD and not in the final fight in the 90s when Cinnabar and Phos become one after their fight, blinded by the separation caused by the moonlight, as the luster of Cinnabar is washed away since they are now a Lunarian, while Phos's luster as their original gem is now such a small part of their overall body because of all the synthetics and gold and mercury and agate and whatever else makes up a part of who Phos is now. The lustrous is no more, as their shine is lost. And although the anime came out in 2017, and most of the stuff that I talked about is much later in the manga. The manga was only right at the beginning/end of the moon arc in 2017. Now, we don't know if Ichikawa gave the studio future story points that they incorporated to showcase it this way, or it was just a happy coincidence, but they did a fantastic job of staying true to the material because it still resonates with later parts of our story. Now, this wasn't necessarily a deep dive into Cinnabar's and Phos's relationship, but just a little bit of it. Whenever I get around to doing an actual Cinnabar video that I'm proud of, I'll make sure to explore these ideas a lot more. I usually listen to OPs and EDs. When I don't skip them, I rarely even read the lyrics and just let myself get serenaded by the vocals. Now, the lyrics for this ED, although I haven't directly mentioned it, I'll put it in the description because they are beautiful and continue to show the mixture of the sea and the sky, Cinnabar and Phos, and what it means to be eternal. Also, before even creating this video, I didn't even know there was a second ED for Houseki no Kuni. It happens in episode 8, and rewatching that scene kind of hit me in my feels. I definitely have a greater appreciation for this ED in general because of how stylistically unique it is. And although I'm only 3 episodes into my rewatch, I am excited for the next 9 to come. Well, that is all. It's a relatively short one this time, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next month, as we still have no announcement for when Ichikawa comes back. Until then, peace.